think I would say, even though I don't DJ anymore, I had such a I think if I had to, like, I could DJ again. Like my most recent one where I was alone was I DJ'd again for like younger kids again. But then it was like with grown-ups also. So I had to like adapt, and then I was able to get paid. It's always a it's always a fun thing. And again, I would say it's really not hard to get into, especially if it's piqued your interest. If you think that it's something that if it's something that you're interested in, let's say DJing, might as well try it. It's not so hard to get into. Then when you like feel that you get the passion for it, then just keep getting into it more and more because there's so much to like unpack in the world of DJing. And it's a whole new way of looking into music, like understanding music, I would say. So words of wisdom is just try it, siguro. It's not as hard as people make it out to be.
Yeah, I
And it's
mean,
not also as easy as people, like, some people underestimate it also, because there's a lot of depth into it, but it doesn't take a lot to get to like start learning it also. So yeah.
yeah, usually it's just the only thing, I guess, one of the downsides is that if you're so into it and you really want to go next level, or like experiment going next level, the equipment can be pricey. That's just one of the downsides. Like, I think, well, if you want to get like cheapest, or at least the bare minimum na equipment that you need, it will cost you like around 9,000. It's some people it's a lot really. But if you want to get into it and you plan to maybe play in the future when this pandemic is done, then it's, I guess, an investment, so to say. And if it lasts you really long, then you can even like use it for so long that you can siguro lend it to some people, or like to, if you have kids, I guess. I don't know. Not to sound so suddenly sentimental, but you can even pass it down to them if it lasts that long. That's where, yeah, I mean, especially if you're okay, if you're a professional DJ, if you want to go down that path talaga, then yeah, it's a definite investment because you get to practice at home, experiment, and whenever you feel like it. Like um, me kasi personally, I sold mine. I sold my equipment because I thought, okay, I'm not exactly gonna go professional with this, and I don't, I don't exactly get, I don't accept so many gigs anymore. So I sold mine, and there's some days when, yeah, I get invited to have gigs per end, but I don't have anything. So sometimes I use whatever the club or the bar has, or sometimes I also borrow my friends what Zach has. I actually have his right now because I felt like playing again for a bit. And um, so yeah, it's an investment if you really want to get into it. That's the only downside. It's the equipment's so expensive, but you can get free software someone online. That's where you can practice. And YouTube is free. YouTube is free. If you cannot teach yourself, it's it's gonna be really, for me. One sentence I could say would be, I guess, my words of wisdom would be that just have fun. Honestly, just have fun throughout the process. Whether you mix two songs together and it sounds bad, it's still fun. Pretty sure some people will find it funny, you'll find it funny, and that's where you learn from the experiences throughout. And yeah, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it really is about the fun talaga. I mean, yeah, like what I said earlier, and my best gig ever. I didn't get paid. I paid to get into the event,
Mhm.
and then I DJ. But that was my best because I had a ton of fun. I mean, hearing everyone in the crowd, that whole packed Corinthian Gardens, singing "Summer" by Calvin Harris, really, really was the highlight of that. And I wouldn't have went there because I wouldn't have experienced that if I didn't pay the 300 for entrance fee, diba? And that, if I didn't think that it was gonna be for the fun of it and for the people who attended that event. So yeah, I mean, just look at the bigger picture and have fun.
Yeah. Hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna touch on more on the, let's say, the mixing side of with regards to giving my words of wisdom. I guess when it comes to mixing, when it comes to making whether it's making a mix, making a mashup or whatever, don't there are really no rules naman when it comes to DJing. DJing comes to mixing. Although there are common ways in which other DJs transition their songs from one song to another, but um be creative. Always be creative. Think outside of the box. You don't have to limit yourself to how other DJs transition. So make your own transitions. I think out of the three of us, I'd say Paolo is the most creative when it comes to transitioning one songs to another. Like there are times where we're preparing for gigs, I'd um I'd show him this transition, and it was a good transition, but then Paolo stepped it up and really dissected the song inside and out. And this is the Iggy Azalea uh fancy transition.
I was gonna say
That
that also.
that's but
Sorry.
that if you guys remember that song. But
Grabe,
yeah,
that was so good.
Paolo made a really, really great transition out of the two songs I showed him. And so yeah, I think that's my words of wisdom that I can offer. Really always think outside of the box. Don't limit yourself to what other DJs do. You can come up with your own transitions, come up with your own style of mixing. It's really your own style. I have my own style. Gio has his own, Pao has his own. And so yeah, there are no rules naman.
Just be
That's
happy,
what I can say.
Just be
Yeah.
happy.